What's up? What's up? What's up? All my Pro 2A and YouTube fuckers out there. Focus 904, what is up? Phoenix, what is up? Breaking news, guys. All the panic going around in all the states about EBT, and if the government don't open back up, people's not going to get to eat. Whatever shall we do? And I got to say, guys, I'm one of the ones. I got 3 foster kids that the state put in my house. Hey, kind of scary, right? Not really. You see that rifle up there? You see that shotgun over there in the corner? I'm going to make things happen because I'm a man and that's what I do. And the government's not going to stay shut down long, but I do got an option for them. If they want to take that, they could take that, stay closed down, and let us do our own damn thing and get the hell out of our houses and watch us run the country the way it should be. What's up, Desert Armory and more? Mr. Jerome. I was just watching all the news and watching everybody panic over the hurricane that's never going to make landfall nowhere near the United States. Honda, what is up? Y'all come on in, double tap them screens, drop some comments, breaking news, food stamps, government shutdown, all kind of confusion. That's what happens when you put all your faith in the government, folks. They'll let you down every time. Had to show love. Yes, sir. Xavier, appreciate it. Yes, sir. That's why I say we need to go back. Video for my videos having issues won't authenticate. Oh wow. Oh wow. Which one do you use, Jerome? I know I use CapCuts, and sometimes I have to send my videos somewhere else. And then I have to take it from there and move it over to YouTube. Yo, 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 M4, what is up, my brother? What is up, all y'all beautiful shooters? Welcome to Papa Pew Pew. Daniel coming to you live from Waynesville, Georgia. Got my whole yard done. I appreciate y'all who hung out with me this morning while I was out there cutting the yard. I'm glad y'all helped me cut the grass. We got it done. We got every bit of it done. Now we fixing to eat us some homemade fried chicken, some, I guess, lima beans and rice. Wife made it's some kind of dry bean. I don't usually eat dry beans, but about once a year. But we having some today. I have one that's through Microsoft called. Oh, I didn't know nothing about that one, does it? I know CapCut still works. They said a lot of the software was fixing to stop working with YouTube, but I know CapCut still works, and they got some pretty good editors. They got a side you can pay for, and then they got a free side. You just pull up free templates and see if that'll help you any. But yeah, it was close enough to 4 o'clock, so I went ahead and went live. This is the time I normally go live every day, so I figured I'd hop on, see what y'all was up to, do a check in, minus $20 once and done program. And I'd be fussing if you had to pay money for it. I'd be like, hey, why my stuff ain't working? Focus 904, my brother, how are you today? I am glad to see each and every one of y'all. I've done some changes in my YouTube studio and waited till my normal time to go live so I didn't step on nobody because I always go live at 4. Everybody knows that. So I made some changes to the studio. We're going to see if it pulls some people in. But I think everybody's feeling it across the board. And FV has said this himself and several others, that YouTube goes in patterns. 1 minute you'll be up, next minute you'll be down. If it was a subscription, I'd be fussing about $20. Right. Yeah, $20 ain't nothing, man. But still, it still goes back to, though, if you pay for something, you expect it to work, no matter what you pay for it. It's just a reliability thing to me. Brookside, what is going, my brother? I appreciate what you done yesterday, man. I can't say it enough. We got everything handled. We got the grass cut. Now we rolling on to this new breaking news story. We're gonna see how that's gonna affect us. It does. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It does kind of trouble me, being I have three foster children, and even though they don't pay me very much, they do give me $200 a month to help take care of the children. Well, they have let it be known in every state, and everybody's panicking. Oh, we're cutting off food stamps until the government opens back up. I'm fine with that. Y'all can keep the 200, but I want to trade. If you taking the 200, then I don't want you in my house until you start paying me again. I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about the government. If y'all gonna shut it down, then be shut down and stay out of my house. What is up, Rambo? Yep, Brooks, every now and then everybody has a bad day, and yesterday was just mine. I got overwhelmed for a few minutes and dug my way right back out of it. Thanks to help from family, you know what I'm saying? Friends. About killed myself today though on that lawnmower. All y'all who helped me cut the grass this morning know that. I was out there with that little 20-inch push mower just a pushing that grass, boy. Pushing it. From daylight till about 11:30 this morning. But I got it all cut, Rambo. I couldn't get the damn zero turn fired up again, so we broke out the old Craftsman 20-inch. And I went live the whole time, and everybody just helped me cut the grass. All my YouTube friends, they just hung out with me while I cut the grass, laughing at my crazy ass for cutting 3 acres of land with a push mower. Hey, but you do what you gotta do, right? I think I'm gonna make that zero turn part of my range. It will make me feel quite warm and fuzzy inside just to send it on off to its great beyond. So my crash out list for when I get my strike on YouTube is getting bigger and bigger. Not only am I gonna mag dump all my guns, but I'm gonna mag dump into that lawnmower. Oh, ain't much to it, man. Just chilling. Just chilling. Fixing to eat my fried chicken that the wife's cooking. We gonna be bad tonight. We gonna have some fried food. Southern woman cooking some fried chicken, some lima beans and rice. Some ramen for breakfast. Hey, I've done that a many a day, bro. I've ate ramen for breakfast. Cause see, I don't do. I'm not a big breakfast eater. So like eggs and grits and stuff like that. Now I'll eat it at night. I'll do like breakfast for dinner. But I'm not a big breakfast person in the morning time. Usually in the morning time, I stuffed shells. Rambo, give me peace. Give me peace. I don't know what else she's doing. I know there's fried chicken and I know there's lima beans and rice. I don't know what else she's making. She'll bring me my plate in a few minutes and I'll be able to tell y'all. But yep, most definitely now we got to take the 270 out and get us a deer. They ain't gonna supply no food. You know, we can't go hungry. We got to eat, right? But that's why I keep preaching to everybody, man. All people is way more government dependent than they even know. And they need to realize, hey, you need to learn some of these old ways, man. How to can foods, how to process foods, how to get what you need, how to barter, how to trade, because the day's coming, government crash anything, and we could be in a bind. And there's so many people so dependent on the government, it's gonna let you down. Yeah, I don't eat breakfast and lunch, bro. I eat once a day. Long as the Red Bull factory don't shut down, we all right. Memory that makes you laugh. That's my Q&A sticker. Memory that makes you laugh. I got a bunch of them. Waking up with a fat chick 2,000 miles from home, not knowing how I got there. Yeah. Like from Georgia to Wichita, Kansas type shit. That's a memory that makes me laugh. She looked like that bitch off Wizard of Oz, only bigger. Still to this day, don't know how I got there. And that's when I quit drinking and eating those Xannies by the handful. Because I had a whole week that I missed. You're not touching Windows 11. But I miss Windows 97, Windows 98, something like that. That's how old I am. I remember I miss that old dial up. I had all kind of programs that ran in that shit. I could be right here talking to you wherever you was, and I could make your damn computer pop open. 12:29 in. Let's go, guys. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these people in the room. We did some changes on the old YouTube studio. I did keep us in America, though. I didn't send us to Venezuela. Not yet. Might send us to Venezuela later tonight. But I was afraid if I sent us to Venezuela, we might get one of them damn rockets fired at my cell phone. I need a soda, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now that's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't want to see this. Y'all don't want to see this at all. Nah. Y'all couldn't handle this. Windows 11 can fuck off. That's how I feel about YouTube right now. They can fuck off. Look, guys. Mm. Ah. Mm-hmm. And you know I can't stand lima beans. But we eating it tonight. What's up, FV? Ooh, lima beans. And fried shinnikin. Fried shinnikin. But yeah, we finally got the grass cut today. Got some things done we had to do. Figured I'd hop on at my normal time, tell everybody what's up. Bro, making you hungry. Yep, cucumbers, tomatoes, lima beans, and rice, and fried chicken. Had to try something. Tired of the same old shit, so told the wife to fry the chicken tonight. I've ate so much rotisserie chicken in the past month. I thought I was going to turn into a rotisserie chicken. And with steak prices being what they are, we eat a lot of chicken. Got a Savage 1911. Not up to par. Change your springs, change your extractor, change your firing pin. Oh, you going to play with some tracers? You can wait till it gets a little darker, Evie. Oh, they'll come in a little while. Or they may be busy. Wait, Focus was already in here. You have 45 tracers. I haven't messed with any 45 tracers. That's what I'm saying, Candy. We eat, like, I don't like pork, but we eat more pork because it's cheaper, and we eat more chicken. Palmetto has them, Thomas? I'll check that out. I had some. I had some for that 556, but I think I shot all of them. Almost Candy's birthday. Yes, sir. But yeah, since everything got more pricey and we have to stretch, chicken, is reasonable at least. So we eat a lot of chicken. Yep. I remember days when we could have steak whenever we wanted it. But at $80 for four ribeyes, nah, bro, y'all keep it. So Brooks, if you come out on your farm and see somebody gnawing on one of your cow legs, it ain't me. If I show up at your house with just a salt and pepper shaker, mind your business. Oh, that's me, Candy. Last year we didn't do anything. We didn't celebrate. I mean, we did for Christmas for the kids, but like my wife's birthday, our anniversary, and my birthday, we didn't celebrate. We had just had the kids put on us, and it took a couple of months for them to get any kind of finances to help us. And now I'll be damned if they ain't turned around and shut the government down and sent me a notice that wouldn't be no help this month either. Hey, Candy, I got a legit question. Right, nobody. At 50 years old, bro, we celebrate anniversaries of our 21st birthday. What's up, Bear? Hey, Candy, I got a legit question, bro. Legitimate, for real, honest. Not capping, not playing, not joking. Candy, you say you pay child support, right? Or any of y'all on here, do y'all pay child support? Because this is supposed to be a legitimate question. Well, I'll go into my question and I'll explain. Here in Georgia, the parent pays child support to what we call a child support receiver, which is the state. The state turns around and they give the parent who has the children a little TANF check or whatever you want to call it. In our case, for 3 kids, I get $200 a month for 3 kids. But now the baby's daddy pays religiously. But if the government shut down and we're not being paid, does that mean the people who pay the child support has to pay? If the government's legitimately shut down and they're not giving the people their money, then why should the people who's paying child support have to pay? Doesn't make much sense, does it? I know AJ, they took $200 out of his check this week, and he ain't even fully legitimized yet. Just blocked my probate officer's number. Okay, you asked what the move was. I'm gonna give you. Is it felony probation or misdemeanor probation? Because I got to answer if it's misdemeanor. I'm gonna get six. Holy shit! But you give her like 2,500 on top. Damn. Yep, that's the 45 ACP, bro. Yeah, government don't use common sense. You're right. Mega felony. Oh shit. In that case, non-extradition country. So here I come, bring the Asian girl my way. Yeah, I have a cold also, bro. That was my father's. I wanted that one. That's a cheap platform. I wanted something that I could build myself, so I got it and rebuilt it all with all Wilson insides. But I have the Gold Cup Match Series, 1984. They call it the Bluey. Oh no, bro, it ain't cheap to live nowhere anymore. Yeah, it's my sleeper special. Because it damn sure ain't what it says it is. It says it's a Gerson, but the only thing Gerson is the damn slide. Well, the frame. Well, you can't even say the frame because all that got redone on the inside too. It got completely took down, sandblasted. The slide got pinned. Like, you know how they say rattle test a 45? You shake that one, there's no sound. Hang on, guys. I'm just going to set my plate in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Here, Jack, get out. You ain't supposed to have chicken bones, but I'll give you one. Keep crunching on that bone. My grandbaby said the hell with eating. She wants to watch the cell phone. Well, you can't eat on your side of the bed. Why you got to eat on my side of the bed? All right, I'm back, guys. Now I can pay more attention. Yes, see, John, I got that one. Um, and we have talking cheeseburgers because we don't want YouTube. YouTube, we don't buy or sell anything. This is collectors and educational purpose only. I got that one for 300 cheeseburgers, and immediately broke it down, sent it out, had the inside of the frame redone, had the slide pinged. I bought all the Wilson, the bulletproof firing pin, the bulletproof extractor. Took it from a 23-pound sear spring to a 19-pound sear spring. Did all the stuff on the inside. Wilson combat magazines. Even had the Wilson trigger that I had to remove because it was below 3.5-pound trigger pull. Actually, it was closer to a 2-pound trigger pull. So we've ordered a new Wilson trigger. So yeah, that's my sleeper. Hey, them tea sauces, man, are rocking though. Barry, if you look at all the reviews and all the things, them tea sauces out of the box are running like freaking Kimbers. But yeah, John, I've got the nice 45 in there. But it was my dad's, man, and I didn't want to do any playing with it because if I did something to mess it up, it would have broke my heart. But I wanted something that I could get back into platform and shoot and play with. That's why I got that. And then my everyday carry is the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus 9mm, which is on my side right now, allegedly. And then I've got the Smith & Wesson Shield 45. I think that's 6+1 capacity or 7+1 capacity. 6+1 capacity, I think. But guys, they messed up. They sent me an email. Um, gun broker. I got $1,000 credit. Papa fixing to order something tonight. Or not gun broker, the other one guns, something guns. Anyway, got $1,000 credit. How they gonna come repo it? It'll be loaded. Yeah, I've got the Glock 21, the 43, and the 43X, John. I just can't. Everybody who watches normally knows the story, but I have a damaged pinky on my left hand, and I can't handle the thickness of the Glock anymore. But I love my 21, man. I absolutely love it. I just, as far as carrying every day and being confident like I am with the shield, yeah, nowhere close. Can I shoot it? Hell yeah. Would I feel as confident if I have to swap to non-dominant hand? No, I wouldn't be. Now, right-handed, no problem. Yeah, the 21. That's what I said. Yeah, the Glock 21. I'm sorry, didn't mean to confuse you, but I've got a Glock 21, a 43, and a 43X. But it's the same problem with all three. Even though the 43 is a little bit slimmer, that grip's a little too thick if I'm using non-dominant hand to get a good purchase on it. Only thing I did was put a Hogue wrap around the grips and use the Wilson mags. Now you got to have the Wilson mags. No, Tom, you can't. If you went to a range the first time you try to go live, it would kill you live. Now I'm hearing there are apps that are allowing people to do it, um, like Rumble, for instance. And I'm over on Rumble. I just haven't got it where I can go live yet. No, no, no. I don't open carry anything, Carlos. Everything's under a t-shirt. Now I do outside the waistband carry, but I usually wear like a oversized shirt or a jacket or something. But I don't open carry anything. Well, I lied. My 1863 Colt Navy. When I'm out deer hunting out in the woods, I open carry it because it's just so damn big you can't help to. But then I'm out in the woods and I'm not around anybody. Oh, I've got Rumble, Tom. I'm under the same name under Rumble. I've got to figure out how to get it. You got to have an outside server to go live, and I don't. I've got to figure that out. Yeah, I love the Glock 21. But once again, like I said, I practice the way I train. I train right-handed and I train non-dominant hand. And I know for a fact if I had to use that Glock with a non-dominant hand, there ain't no way in hell I'd make it work. But that's what's so good about this Shield Plus is I can let the pinky free float, so I don't have to have the pinky to control and get a good shot with the Shield Plus with the non-dominant. Yes, I did, Bear. Um, yes, I did. And come Friday, I will be ordering me a holster for that, and then I can get out of the sticky holster and start using an actual outside the waistband holster. I ended up going with the leather, yeah, leather holster. Candy, I don't see that anymore either. So I don't. I mean, legality, they can't see shit now that it's open carry state and all that. But I remember, hell, even going to high school, we had rifles in the truck window, in the rifle racks in the truck window. But that's something you just don't see anymore. You don't see rifles sitting, even like in the morning time, the little corner store, all the deer hunters get none of their guns are up in the window like they used to be. Um, which the game wardens have gotten so strict around here, you can't load your gun until you hit that private club. If you're on public, even the dirt road, if you're on public, you got to be 25 yards off the road before you can load your firearm. If the game warden catches you with it loaded, they bust your ass. That's why when I hit them roads and I do some of my shooting videos and y'all see me looking to the right or left, I'm making sure nothing's coming. I'm making sure that damn game warden ain't nobody nowhere near me. With this, I wish I could show you without getting in trouble, bro. I just use a simple holster with the Shield Plus, which is this one right here. This is just a cheap, simple paddle holster. There's no gun in it, YouTube. It's just a holster. But I use that paddle holster. And, bro, I wear that and I carry everywhere in my house, outside the house, anywhere I go. So, figure 19, at least 17 to 19 hours a day. And it's got to where I don't even feel it. Now, carrying the 1911 or the Glock or something that's a little bit bigger, when you sit down, sometimes it'll jab you. But I carry in like the 2 o'clock position. Most people carry in the three, but the way my arms hang naturally, it's just a natural movement. When I come up, I already have the firearm in my hand, so I carry in the 2 o'clock position. Plus, it's a little bit, to me, feels a little bit better guarding it. It's not just sitting there because if my arms are down, my arms are kind of over it, so it's not like somebody's fixing to reach in there and just grab. But yeah, I've always carried outside the waistband, but under a shirt, simply because I don't know. Even though it really doesn't matter, um, I don't like making people feel uncomfortable. So you go into certain stores and the little old ladies and yeah. Oh, Tom, yeah. I mean, we carry everywhere, and I don't carry just one. I have the 45 there that's always in my bag. I have the 9 millimeter that's on my side, and then I got that the pocket 380s that I'll run. My Forerunner, the kid's mom's car, but we still have them in the work trucks for the winter. Yep, I'm looking forward to big game season. Yes, sir. Yeah, getting that bug sucked, it slows you down. Yeah, it's called common. You're right, Tom. Honestly, it's respect. Even though we are an open carry state, to me that's just in a way it's kind of like you're walking around telling people you're looking for a fight. And I know that's going to make a lot of 2A people mad. I'm not saying don't do it. What you do is what you do, and I'm happy for you. But in a way, it's kind of like it's kind of like asking for trouble. That's like Tom. I've been in road rage situations where people come by and flick me off, try to start fights at the traffic lights. Me sitting there just talking to them normal, the whole time I know I'm armed, and these fools are just acting stupid. It's like at any time I could have went the other way with this, and they never knew any different. But then you got some that's gonna pull it out instantly and say, "Oh, I got this." Nah, bro, I'm just not that kind of person. Me, I'm the type person that if I know all you got is your fist, I get out and fight with you. I leave a gun in the car. Now you pull out a knife or something like that. Oh yeah, we gonna go. Right, 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 Tom. And there are a lot of people like I know, Tom, when people hear like stuff about America and they hear gun toters, they get this image in their head. But most of the people that you'll meet that carry firearms, it they're not that way. Most of them are peace loving. They just want to be able to protect. Most of us just want to be able to protect other people. Like I'll give you a perfect example, Tom. 2 weeks ago, and it happens I knew the people from having the stores. All the drug addicts would I'd have to run them all off from the stores all the time. I went to my granddaughter's school to pick her up, and two of them happened to be sitting across the street fighting, and they were just sitting there. They didn't live there, nothing. And the one lady, the principal, come out. She said, "Mr. Carter." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She says, "Do you have?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Can you stand here until our SRO pulls over here and deals with them?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, but I know them. I can tell them to get gone for you." And I went over and handled it for her. But even our schools know that I'm strapped. I always had a pistol out. Ask her why. She said someone robbed the store in 1977. Hey, there's a lot of them around here. These Indians, Candy, these Indians around here don't play, bro. All these Indians strapped up. And Tom, that's what it is. I think one, and you'll hear me if you watch my lives. You probably have already heard me say this. I've got a rule. Now we're not talking about mass situations. That's a different thing. I'm talking about a normal situation, right? You try to talk it out, walk it out, run it out, fight it out. If all that fails, then you grab one of them tools. You got to be able to let shit just fly off your shoulder sometimes. If somebody's calling you names, that's not worth using one of them tools. If you could get away from them, in other words, get away. That's why I always tell people keep your head on a swivel, listen with your ears, feel the temperature of a room. When you walk in somewhere and you see some stuff that don't look kosher, just leave. Don't stay there. Don't purposely get yourself into that situation because I've lived through it 3 times. I wake up with nightmares. I ask myself constantly, could I have done something different? That's not a life you want to live. I just there for a while was a magnet and seemed to be at the wrong. Well, I had convenience stores, so I was always at the wrong place at the wrong time. Taxi cabs and convenience stores, it always put us in the wrong places at the wrong time. Right, right, and I get it, Tom. That's like some of the gun laws, bro, that they want to pass. Um, from a very staunch Second Amendment person, I am all about keeping our freedoms and our rights and all that. Because my only thing is, if you give the government anything, they're going to take it all. So there's no compromise. But some of the stuff wouldn't be half bad. I feel people should have some training. I really do. I feel people should have training. If nothing else, basic safety training. Um, um, some de-escalation wouldn't hurt. Go through some de-escalation classes. I think it should be a voluntary basis, but hey, it wouldn't be bad. It'd help a lot of these situations, especially these younger guys nowadays. You go into some of these chats that are packed, and you listen to the way they're talking. It's like, man, no value to human life whatsoever anymore. That's why I stay out in the country, Tom. I stay out in the middle of the woods. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Nah, I'm smoking on cigarettes, man. Um, I don't know if you heard me say earlier. I'm raising 3 foster kids, so no, no THC nor alcohol products in my home at all. Carlos, you laughing, but that used to be my favorite thing, bro. At the end of the day, take me a couple hits, lay down, go to sleep. I was good to go. But ever since October 2nd of last year, I can't have alcohol in my system and I can't have THC in my system. And I'm gonna tell you something. People can say what they want to about Bud, but I lost a 3-year-old niece to ATRT brain cancer. Um, and at that young, there's not a whole lot of meds they could give her, so they would give her liquid THC. And the last year of her life, I watched her live as good as you can. When I say quality of life, as good as you can for somebody who had brain cancer. But I watched her be able to engage with the family and function off of THC. So I know there's medical purposes for it. I know there is. Oh yeah, Carlos, we getting it, bro. Um, but yeah, so and my sister's another one. My sister would have 8 grandma because she's a bad epileptic. She would have 8 grandma seizures a day, or up to 8. They had her on thousands of milligrams of different seizure meds. I watched her smoke her a joint and go 2 days without having a seizure. Well, she finally got put on it legally. She's been 16 years now and not had a seizure, all off of THC. Because all a seizure is an electrical storm in the brain. Well, what's THC do? It slows down the brain function. So it kind of stops the seizures. But Tom, I appreciate the comment, bro. But yeah, that's my life. That's a little bit into Papa's life, man. Raising kids and staying out in the woods and staying away from everybody. You got to figure the first 6, 7, 8 months. When I first got them, they were under protective custody. They had to be with me or my wife 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No daycare, no babysitters, no anything. My wife worked, so that was me 24/7 with the kids. Um, Now they've at least gave us daycare, still no babysitters, but we're fixing to get something called respite care, which allows me to call one of the caseworkers and say, "Hey, can you come sit with the kids while me and my wife goes on a date night?" Something like that'd be nice, but yeah, right. Don't have bail money, bro. That's why I keep this bear. I don't have bail money per se, but I do have something else that I carry. My go bag. I carry my property. I carry my deed to my property in my go bag. So if I get arrested, I got automatic bail right there doing a property bond. As long as my bill don't exceed 100,000. If my bill exceeds 100,000, I'm kind of screwed. Yeah, that's John. I'm gonna show it to you, and you're gonna say the same thing everybody else does. And she's fixing to go to King of Camo and get a facelift. Before I ever show you, she's going to King of Camo. She's getting a zombie battle worn green Duracoat. She's having the Whoops furniture put on her. She's gonna look nice when I get her back. But that was a gun I bought and made it a truck gun, and it had been beat all to hell, but it still runs brand new. Now, with saying all that, I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then I'm gonna show you the one that just got back from King of Camo and what it looks like, and I'm gonna show you because I do crazy shit like buying cheap firearms and putting a lot of money into them. That's the old ugly Maverick 88, and she looks rough. She has been through hell. She's been thrown in ditches, rivers. She's had over 4,000 rounds put through her, but she runs brand new. But we're going to send her out and have something like this done to it. That was my wife's dad's 22. That was a basic Henry 22 lever action. And that is a custom Duracoat and custom woodwork on that. It's going to be a tribute rifle because I inherited it when he passed away. And then that's my girls' pink cricket 22s they learned to shoot on. But yep, that's the old ugly Maverick 88. All right, M4, take it easy, bro. Yeah, it's in rough shape outside wise, but the internals are all brand new. Yeah, John, that's what I would call when people ask me about a truck gun. That's what that always was to me. It's ugly. It operates flawlessly. You could throw it in the truck, drop it out of a tree, whatever you're doing, it's still gonna run. You ain't got to worry about it getting scratched up. To me, that is a truck gun. Larry, what is up, bro? But we do want to fix her up. I want to set her up in the Resident Evil theme. So I picked the zombie battle worn green with the little blood splatter going up, the barrel and the paint job, and then we're gonna put in the Resident Evil writing like Survivor or maybe even Raccoon City. I don't know. We're gonna put something on it, and then King of Camo is gonna put their little skull their logo. They're gonna put it on the stock. Yeah, the pink rifles are just a little Cricket 22s. I bought them 22, 23 years ago when I taught my two daughters how to shoot. That was their first guns. And now they're grown and gone. Um, y'all already know my one daughter's a junkie and my other daughter's a school teacher and she's moved up to AR-15s now. Um, so when their kids grow up, that'll be the guns they learn to shoot on. Actually, Angel, before she became a quote unquote foster child, my granddaughter, I've got videos of her shooting the 1022. Her first shots were with the Ruger 1022. because I'm a big person on teaching your children firearms and firearm safety. When you take something and you set it up on a top shelf and you say, do not touch, curiosity gets the best of them, they're going to touch. If you say, here it is, you can touch it when I'm here, let me show you what it'll do, let me show you how it operates, that takes the curiosity away, and most of the time they stay away from them. But that's also why I'm a big proponent of having gun safes. If you got children, don't have guns if you don't have a gun safe. What's up, Christopher Lewis or a gun lock? I see so many articles where kids got a hold of their parents' guns and shot another kid or something. Or even the gun locks, Christopher. You know, I mean, the gun locks do the same thing. But mainly, if you, I mean, that safe, you can get a reasonable safe. And once again, no safe is going to keep a burglar. If they've got enough time, they're going to get into it. But if you want to keep a kid out, a cheap $80 safe, you're good to go. So for the price of a couple boxes of ammo, you got a safe. Right, teach kids how to swim or put a fence around it, whatever. You know, you had to get a safe for the courts. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you, Kenny. Yeah, well, see, that's the first thing DFAX asked when they came in my house um, to do the first house study. They asked that I have safes. So I says I have three safes and I have a safe room that's been converted to a safe room, and it's locked also. So all my stuff's locked. Only thing that stays unlocked at night is what's physically on my body. I'll keep the Maverick 88 out, and it'll be right here by the bedside. And then I'll have like the 9 millimeter or the 45. I'll have something out, but once again, nobody's getting to that without going through me. So, or I inherited two from the dad. My wife just calls the office the armory. Hey, I got a friend of mine that way, Bear, and he's got a sure enough armory. Um, his cameras and stuff are so good. His security is so good. Whenever there's crimes that happen in that neighborhood, they go to him to pull up footage, and he solved. His cameras have solved. I don't know how many different things that went on in that neighborhood, but he's got his whole place. He's the one who done my closet. He's got his whole place cinder blocked, rebar reinforced, concrete poured inside the cinder block. But he has actual vault, and he's got all kinds of stuff up in there. Might be autistic or something. He should not be around stuff. Right, right. And you've got people that way, Candy. And once again, though, it goes back to common sense and knowing, hey, I need to put this shit up. I've gone into people's houses and they have them laying everywhere. And I just tell the kids, hey, go wait in the truck until I get done. You know, it just, I'm not leaving stuff. One, you're inviting somebody to come in and take your stuff. Um, it's better just to have a safe. What the hell is you doing with your ass up in the air, boy? Go lay down. I don't nobody want to see it. I don't want to see it. Don't want to hear it. Lay down. Lay down. Don't start your shit. No. No. Your mama's in there. This damn dog argues with me more than the kids do. Oh, here you go, John. Jackie. Pit. Big old baby's what I got. A big old baby. Don't make me get a duck call. Quack. Quack. I'm gonna get the duck call. I'm gonna get the duck call. I'm gonna get it. Y'all, everybody else has seen this. Everybody knows I give him hell, and he gives me hell. He was my rescue. I literally found him hanging in a tree. I'm gonna estimate he was 6 to 8 months old when I found him, and I guess they took him out to be a hog dog. No electronic sheet. Right, right. Um, but yeah, I found him. I found him hanging in a tree. I guess they were trying to train him to be a hog dog, and he wouldn't run the hogs, or he was either a fighting dog and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. So they hung him, and he had gunshot wounds and everything else. Matter of fact, come here, Jack. Sit, sit. Well, I'm trying to show you. He won't sit still right now. He wants to go outside. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Hang on, guys. Let me throw him out. He's got a potty. I'll be right back, guys. Come on. You messed up the bed, boy. What's wrong with you? Don't step on my foot. Ah, shut up. Jen. Jen? Can you let this back in when he comes in, please? What? Can you let that back in when he comes in? I'm on live, and of course he got to go out since I went live. Yeah. Go to her. But he knows it's bedtime. He's got to go out and potty one more time before he goes to bed. That dog can tell time better than we can. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, see, I use key safes. I don't like the digital ones. One, batteries go dead. Two, if you look, a lot of them can be defeated by kinetic, which is a hammer. Just tap them a couple of times and it'll pop right loose. That's like these safes that if you ever rent a motel room and they got these little safes, they're so easy to get into. Generally, it's all zeros or all nines is the master reset code. And once again, though, I mean, with safes, everything, a security system, safe, door locks, everything is time. It just buys you time. If somebody's got enough intent, they're going to get into it. And if they got enough time, no more sadly, right? Right. I got one of the big Wells Fargo old safe. It's from the early 1900s. Now that Joker, it's got the combo lock. That's a pain in the ass. Even with the right combo, sometimes if you just a fraction of a hair off, it's not going to open. I need to have the tumblers redone in that so it'll tighten it back up. And it's second to open the dark. Right. I like what EDC was talking about the other day for the vehicle. Um, Naturally, it was something that smugglers would use for years, but them little trapdoor things that they would put up in their dashes to where you hit, say, the light switch and the air condition button at the same time, and a little trapdoor would open up. I like that idea for us 2A people. Instead of using a safe that somebody could break into easily, having something like that we could just, you know, to me, that would be cool. And it's not costing that much to have them installed now. Oh, Larry, I'm doing great, bro. Just got through eating dinner. You know, it's the end of my day. This was my last live of the day. So, end of my day. Fix to be going to bed and start back over 3 a.m. again tomorrow morning. Bought an actual bank safe to keep this stuff in. Yep, yep. And you could do that, man. You could get them old safes. Oh, this old Browning safe is a tumbler as well. And these be that yeah, Bear. That's the only thing. Them tumblers get the Barons or whatever it is in there. The tumblers they get loose. So every now and then you need to call out somebody, and it don't cost that much. If you can, as long as it opens and closes, and they can get to it, it's a lot cheaper. Now if they have to break into the safe, that's when it really gets because they charge you for the time. But it's not too bad to get them serviced. And them Browning safes, man, they'll last forever. That's like the Wells Fargo safes. Yeah, Candy, that's what my brother-in-law done. Um, and then he built his garage around that safe or that vault. It's not a safe; it's a vault. Um, and he built his garage and his roof and all, poured it all concrete, and that's where he keeps the BARs and the equipment to make the suppressors and the long range rifles and all that. But now he's got all them special license and all that shit and has to keep immaculate records on everything he has. So, of course, he's got to have something like that for insurance purposes. But as far as my bedside safe, whatever I'm using that day or whatever I'm using the most, that's what goes in that one. The nicer stuff is in the other room. Um, the ARs are in the room that's basically a vault with the gun safes in it. Other than the honey badger, and that right now is currently sitting probably on my wife's lap up underneath a blanket that she has thrown over her legs. She takes her little Hello Kitty Glock, puts it on her side, and keeps the honey badger right there because she is the AR person in our home. I am a shotgun person, and she is an AR person. Yeah, there's a lot of people that go nuts though, Candy. And that's all I really care about anymore is hunting. That's why I said I wanted to start revamping my collection. I've got stuff in there I'll probably never shoot again, and why not let somebody else enjoy that and go to stuff that I use? Like my 3030s, my 308s, my 243s, a couple of handguns that I carry because I've got to wear more than anything now is the Smith and Wesson Shield Plus, and it's that 45 right there. Um, the 357 I carry, so naturally I'll keep it, but I'd like to move it up to a 4-inch barrel instead of a 2-inch barrel. So I'm thinking about doing away with the poly and going with a 4-inch barrel because I love the 357 round. On and bought an old bank building. Hey, that's what one of the pawn shops here done. They took an old bank building and converted it into a pawn shop, and they used the vault just like a bank would. Because here, even if you got see Candy, I was opposite. I was always into pistols more than anything. I loved my handguns. But yeah, around here you can have the bars and everything else on your window. They're gonna drive through your shit and they're gonna steal your stuff if you ain't got it locked in a vault. So most of your pawn shops around here are old bank buildings. And all my rifles and stuff, I always like to keep basic. I love my bolt action rifles and I love my lever action rifles. And as thick as the woods are around here, I don't know how many of you have been to South Georgia or around our brush is so thick. You're not getting a 500-yard shot. There's no way you're going to find 500 unless you're on a power line or something like that. But for the most part, if you're out in the actual woods, you're not getting a 500-yard shot. Not clear. Your average shot here is going to be 75 to 100 yards if you're lucky. Yes, they are annoying to reload, even not being a left-handed, even being a right-hander. They're a pain in the ass. However, revolvers don't fall under the same rules as a lot of your handguns because they're not a fixed cylinder firearm. So when they start trying to pass gun control and all that, if you notice, most revolvers always get bypassed. And hey, once again, in a pinch, and I've lived it, I can tell you, two shots out of a 357 versus somebody who had two 30 round mags in a freaking 40 cal. I'm still here. Little revolver, five, six shots in a pinch. It's better than having nothing. Little 380 with six in the mag and one in the chamber. Works just as good in a pinch. I don't knock nobody's carry what they choose to carry as long as they comfortable and safe with it. That's all I care about. And they like it. But these Smiths, man, just the Smith brand, period, I love them. When Haley came back from deployment one time, brought a 9mm, we got drunk, drove around in the woods. He dumped a 5 foot. If y'all would have tracked it, y'all would have found it. That's the only bad part about it, man. And then even I've seen 308s, bro. My dad one year popped one last day of hunting season right before dark. It went through his heart, busted that shoulder all up, come out his throat, tore all that up. That joker still ran a quarter mile in the woods before he dropped. Adrenaline, whatever it is, muscle memory, I don't know what the hell it is, but some of these deer, man, they'll make you hunt for them. I tell people that all the time when we talk about 22s. Everybody talks about 22s. I said, hey, a 22 is stop 1 2. It's according to how far you want to walk. Dude said, fuck off. And a Puerto Rican wife. Oh, you safe, bro. You safe. Puerto Rican wife's enough, man. I don't know how many of y'all mess with the Puerto Rican women, but yeah, you most definitely. Well, I won't say you're safe. You're safe from intruders. You're also apt to get done in by your wife. Don't piss her off. We were too drunk to be messing around with that shit. Kenny, that reminds me of one. My dad had one run out in front of him. Um, he hit it. We were in a neighborhood, so he didn't want to shoot the gun. So he called 911. They told him to dispatch, do away with the deer and just go bury it. Well, it was like in the 30s at night. So he's like, I'll just leave it in the back of the truck and I'll have you go bury it in the morning. I went across the street to bury the deer out in the management land and got hit by a game warden. I had nothing on me but a 22, and he shot that deer with a big ass 45. They held me for 2 hours until the night dispatcher woke up to tell them that yes, my dad had hit that deer, that my dad had gotten permission to shoot it, and that all I was doing was going to bury the deer. But that damn game warden held me for over 2 hours, swearing up and down I shot him, and all I had was a 22. But tonight I think we rocking the old 9mm. I think that's gonna be bedside. I don't know. I might choose the 45. I gotta decide. The 9 I normally lock in the safe at night because it has no safety. At least that 45's got external safety and a tang safety on it, so I feel a lot better keeping it out at night. Y'all see, I got that Blizz Tech knife out tonight. That's my old, that's my backup deer skinner. I still can't find my damn deer antler knife I made. I gotta look in the other room and see if I can find it. Been so long since I broke the law. Now the kids have been born and grown up since, right? We try not to break laws, man. We too old to be rocking orange jumpsuit, gray jumpsuits, and whatever color they're using now. Yellow and green, I think. Think that's the colors now. They show in that one damn place in Arizona that makes you wear the pink. I try to obey as many laws as I can anyway. He was feral, sure. I bet he was. I think we were all feral, Candy. I know I did my fair share of shit, bro. A lot of shit I ain't proud of. I did my fair share. And I can honestly say I outlived all them fucking haters that told me I'd never make it to 20. I'm too pretty to go to jail and orange makes me look bad. Right? Right? Bro, funny story. Bear, they got me in my last time that I was in any trouble. And it was a mistake, but they held me 47 days on a warrant that was never signed by a judge. I was 21, 22. I was young. Um, but I was in there 47 days. And the funny part of the story was, we all sit there and play cards, and them card packs were red. Well, you see, I smoke Marlboro Reds. And every day we'd be playing cards, and I kept reaching for that card pack because out the corner of your eye, it looked like a cigarette pack. And I never will forget, my homie was in there locked up with me, and he popped my hand finally one day and looked at me and said, "Bro, I don't care how many times you reach for that deck of cards, it's not going to be a pack of cigarettes. Stop. If you go to jail, be in for life." That's me, Larry. And it came close, I'm not going to lie. When I had to go get my two grandbabies and heard they'd been locked in dog kennels, if that boy would have been there, I'd have been wearing orange to this day. You could go, the videos up. Um, it's me standing in front of a mirror and the song Independence Day playing. And I had the 9mm strapped on my side. I had drove all the way there. I had done told everybody goodbye, everything else. Luckily, he was gone when I got there. And then he got deported like 4 or 5 days later. But, yeah, I'd have been in orange for real, for real. Locked my babies in dog kennels. And then when I got them back, they were eating food up underneath the table like they were animals. And still to this day, they wake up screaming, "Monster, monster." I can't stand somebody that hurt a kid in any kind of fashion. They told her I was not coming back. She said, "Why?" Because he left in front of the woman. Wow, Dr. Mercenary. Yeah, Bear, I got, yep, 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 yep. I'm funny about that. I got a stepson right now that we can never have anything to do with. Uh, and he may very well be innocent, but because of what he's charged with, and now his dumbass, because he's been locked up for 3 years in the local county jail, signed a bogus ass plea deal. Innocent or not, you signed a plea deal, so now you're guilty. Now you can't be around us. Hang on. You found out. Yep. I did that to my first wife, Dr. Mercenary. When I got back drunk outside the bar, 3 minutes jail overnight. Hey, my first wife, no shit, Dr. Mercenary. My first wife, I found out she was messing around with my best friend. Well, one of my best friends. We found out they were messing around. I knew they were at my house. I picked his wife up. We walked in the house. They looked at us kind of crazy. I said, hey, if y'all having fun, we might as well go ahead and make this bitch a foursome and be done with it. And that was the end of my first marriage. Committed in Flathead. Damn, bro. Hey, there's still a news article about me in my local town. It was labeled Uno game goes bad. Tell them, hey, tell them. What did we make the newspaper for?
Monopoly.
No, Uno.
One of the games gone bad.
Told you. My wife beat a damn 300-pound boy down to the dirt with a motherfucking Hawaiian punch jug. Whipped his ass with a Hawaiian punch jug.
Well, you shouldn't have sucker punched somebody that wasn't of the capacity to fight back.
You sleeping in here tonight?
Yeah.
Tell them what you want to tell them. Tell them what it is.
Say it loud enough so they hear you. Like and subscribe.
Alright, first off, you don't have your binky. Go get your binky.
I lost it. I've been looking everywhere today.
Well, have me help you go find it.
Come on, yeah. I never found it today, but I just don't know where I went.
Oh, we in trouble now. Little one coming in here, take over everything. That's the 5-year-old. She coming in to stay with Papa tonight. Me too, bro. Best friend, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, love me some Hawaiian punch, bro. Jason Rambo. I'm telling you, what it is. My homeboy was staying with us, and he was drunk. And this dude pulled up, and my homeboy was helping my wife unload the groceries, and he sucker punched him. And Matt was so drunk, Matt couldn't do anything. Next thing I know, my wife was all over him, beat that boy down with that, broke the handle on the Hawaiian punch, and then took it with both hands and started beating him again. Everybody's like, you gonna help her? I'm like, nah, I think old boy needs a hug, though. Smartest thing she did. I tell people all the time, my first wife I chose. This wife I got now, God chose, bruh. All joking aside. January make 29 years, and she has been by my side through everything. But fight like a damn man. Dude, her dad just started beating her, throwing chairs. Oh hell nah. Mm-mm. That's why still to this day, bro, Candy, all joking aside, if I go somewhere and they're drinking, I leave immediately. Because of how I grew up, and I got so good at listening to my mom's voice and the other people's voices to know about how much they had to drink. And after about that third drink, I knew what it was going to be, and I knew to get the hell out of there. And ever since then, if I'm somewhere and people's drinking, I leave. Because it just changes people, man. Bro, I know, Jason. And see, that's my situation. Yeah, we're gonna have a hell of a situation if they don't get this government back open. We're gonna have riots. You're gonna have people going in, stealing food and everything else. But see, Rambo, here's my issue, and I get the argument. Well, if you have kids, you should be able to support them. But what about me? I've got three that the state put in my home. Now they already don't give me shit. They give me $200 a month to take care of three kids. Now you telling me come the first you're not gonna give me that 200? Y'all got 283,000 children in a system right now, and most people aren't gonna do extra to make sure these kids are fed. So if you take that money, what the hell are people gonna do then? You gonna have a lot of mess on your hands. They better open this shit back up. We stuck with each other. That's what this one told me, Bear. It's death till we part. So I bought her a cemetery plot in another cemetery. I'm gonna hold her to that. Death do we part. In other words, bitch, leave me alone once I'm out of here. Oh yeah, the DOD ain't been paid. Since the 15th, they've not been paid. They didn't get the 15th check. Um, Now there was a 120 something $1 million donation given to cover some of the people's payrolls. Um, but it's gonna get ugly, and they talking about this could go on through January. If it goes on through January, y'all gonna see some mess out there. I'm telling you, these grocery stores are gonna be looted. Me, I'm just gonna go out to the woods, catch me a deer, and we good to go. Right? Don't come to my house thinking you gonna jack something. You'll jack something, all right. But my only thing with that, I found a text. I'm here cooking, frying some Mexican taco. Hell yes. And you want avocado, bro? If you was here, I'd give you some. That's something I keep in my refrigerator. And candy, it's just that way. But it goes back to what I said earlier. I don't mind them not sending that check. But on the flip side, okay, government shut down. Then that means I want y'all to stay the hell out my house. Don't send your little people over here to check on the house and say you're checking on the kids and you're doing it. No. Until the government pays me, the government can stay the hell out my house and out my business. Tomatoes blended in Ooh. Hey, are you gonna fire roast the tomatoes first and then put them in the blender? Cause that shit's fire. Or scorched outside skins is what I'm trying to say. I love me some homemade salsa, bro. I take my salsa when I make it homemade, and naturally we'll have the salsa for the food. But I'll pour me a little bit in a glass, and I drink that shit like a V8 juice. Especially if I'm sick. That's one of my magic cures for when I'm sick. I'll fill that bitch up with garam masala and turmeric and ghost pepper, and I'll cover up in the cover, and it's like I done took 100 proof shot or something. Sweat that shit out. Oh shit, I didn't even notice Focus came back in here under his other name. What's up, Focus? Did you find it? Well, that ain't yours, but that'll work, right?
That'll work.
Marcel sounds pissed off.
The green and mine.
I think all of them got holes in them. Navi don't have one either.
Navi's got one, but it's got such a big damn hole in it that she don't care if they have a little hole.
Well, let her see if any of them work, and I'll buy them a binky tomorrow.
But she's pitching a fit for that one that's almost completely in half.
Alright, well, do you then. Sorry, this is the time everybody's going to bed, so it gets a little wild at the house. Tell him. Hey, do you want me to turn the air on or are you good?
Oh, she's going on the air.
You want me to turn on the air?
Mm-hmm.
Or you want me to just turn on the fan? Because you usually ask me to turn on the hot air.
Hot air.
Well, we'll turn on the fan then. How about that?
Okay.
Because it's already 75 degrees in here. I just hadn't turned on the AC unit today. My hands are a little busy making some fried tacos. I'm getting ready to make. Yeah, bruh. Sorry, guys, the chat hung up for a minute. I'm catching back up now. Everybody's just talking to one another. Let's see, Christopher, what's good? Trying to run up. He's like, yeah, right, bro. We started doing on eggs. Yeah, that's good, bro. ah, Angel's that way. She knows Papa get three ring circus for real, for real.
Mm-hmm.
What, baby?
Mm-hmm.
I love you too. So you don't come in here and took over your bed, huh? Where's your gun? You can't go to sleep without having your gun. Where's it at?
Unless it comes down the clock.
Ah, look under the pillow. There you go. See? You always gotta have your gun. Look, even the grandbaby says she'll cap you. You come in here messing around. She's strapped. Here you go. He go. Oh shit, guys. But yeah, I told y'all we are early household. Generally by 7 p.m., everybody knocked out. That's why I be on everybody's eye about 1 o'clock in the morning. You up early? Nah, this is my normal time. 1, 2. I did manage to sleep till 4 a.m. this morning, which was wild. I ain't done that in a long time. Spicy fruit, love salsa, but it gives me heartburn. Bro, that's what I'm saying right here. Let me show you. Right there. That is the key to eating spicy food. Omniprolazol. Keep that shit. Know that shit. Learn that shit. Take one of them, you're good to go. Your kids are extremely smart with no common sense. Hey, I got one like that, Focus. My middle daughter, book smart. Good God, she's book smart. She's a freaking genius. But when it comes to common sense, she's as dumb as a brick. For fuck's sake, when she turned 16, I went to go buy her a car. She didn't want a car. She wanted a scooter, one of them 49cc scooter, because if she hit somebody, she didn't want to hurt them. And that's her thought process. And little Marcel, um, at 16 months, he's showing some good potential. He's a smart ass little baby. 15 months. I'm sorry, 15 months. Raging Bullets, what is up? I hope your range day went great. I hope every target was on paper. And for the ones that joined me this morning, we did get the grass cut completely. So tomorrow I can legitimately, if it's not raining, go climb in a stand and see if we can't catch us one slipping. I have nothing else pressing. All my little chores and all that little shit has been done. Right, Candy. Right. I agree 100%. Oh, yeah, I'm going hunting in the morning, Bear. I'll be right about daylight. That's why it was so pressing that I overdone it today. I'm not going to lie, I'm sore as hell, but I got everything done today. You know, Candy, like, none of mine were ever criers. Like, a lot of kids cry. None of mine were really criers. Marcel, he's been sick the past week, so he's done a little bit more crying. Um, Most of mine didn't cry, though, and all mine slept through the night. Like, a lot of kids won't sleep through the night. All my kids and grandkids all sleep through the night or slept through the night. Well, upload the bit. Did you? It was just a regular range data, right? Ranging, or was it like a competition? Oh shit, we got up to 17 likes. Cool. You'll talk to everyone tomorrow. All right, brother, get you some rest, Larry. Rest is important. I won't be on much longer. I gotta call it a night too myself. My phone's fixing to die. I'm on 3%. Um, Matter of fact, yeah, we'll go ahead and cut it off here. Being that I'm on 3%. I love all you guys, man. Y'all stay strapped. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Keep one at the tube. Y'all always be blessed, man. And thank y'all for hanging out with me a little while. It means the world. Love you guys.